Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome everyone to the Middle Size League um, pre-Robo Cup event tonight. I am Ler Gulayanun. I'm the local OC organizer committee. And then we also have with us today Fei Liu from China. And then we have Jorrit. He's joining over from Canada. From Netherlands, right? And then from Essen's joining from Canada. Okay, so we're all over the world and hoping today we will share our knowledge about the Middle Size League. So I will start it off with Fei Liu. Fei Liu is the organizing committee chair since he's been joining with the Middle Size League since 2003. And he has been a member and a leader of the team Newbot from China and participate in these Middle Size League since 2003. And he's also served on the co-chair of the RoboCup 2015 over in Hefei. And then also as an organizing committee of the 2017 RoboCup Asia Pacific, and then also 2021 RoboCup Asia Pacific Middle Size League. So he's currently our organizing committee chair for the Middle Size League. So I'll let him give the stage to him so he can introduce the Middle Size League competition. So to you, Fei Liu.
Okay, thank you. Hi everyone. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. Today I will give 3 topics to introduce what is the Middle Size League. In this introduction, I will show some video and pictures to show what is really in Middle Size League. First, I will talk about I will give a brief introduction to the Middle Size League. This video is from the RoboCup Federation YouTube channel.
Robots, which are not, I'm going to use a harsh word, anthropomorphic. That is, they don't have a shape similar to a human. So they are not so-called humanoids. They are wheeled-based robots, and they are not constrained to use exactly the same senses as human, for instance. In the Middle Size League, most of the teams have what we call omnidirectional movement. They dance, in the sense of the way they move. They also have 360-degree vision, which is limited actually, but it means that they don't have to turn to know what's going behind them. So it's clearly different from a human, okay? But on the other side, the kind of robots we use, their size, allow us to put in enough computing power to make them completely autonomous, which means that in Middle Size League, each robot is a single entity that cannot use any external sensing system or any external cue apart from the lines of the field, the goals, the ball, the opponents, etc. And they are completely autonomous. They can dialogue among them, share information among them, and this is all about basically cooperation, and cooperation in a highly dynamic environment. Why highly dynamic? Because these robots can run as fast as 4 or 5 meters per second, which is really, really fast. They can weigh around 40 kilograms, so we're talking about an amount of movement, very significant one. They play with a regular soccer ball, FIFA soccer ball, and in fact, they are at the moment which is more close to, I wouldn't say a real soccer game, maybe a futsal game, because we are talking about teams of 5 robots, okay? Playing on a field which is not the size of a futsal one, but is maybe half the area of futsal one. I would say that what is challenging is exactly cooperation. It's the most challenging point. Cooperation and strategy. Okay, and it's amazing because when we look throughout the competition, and competition lasts for 4 days or so, and you look on the games on the first day, the second day, third day, and then the finals, you look at every team ramp up significantly, which means that all the work you can do in our lab is very nice, very interesting, but if you don't come to the competition, you actually don't evolve so much.
This is our goalkeeper. maybe the most important player in the competition, because there are many shoots in during the games. If your goalkeeper have the good defense ability, you can prevent your opponents attacking. And this is our other 4 players. Is the side and model is the same. It's different from the goalkeeper. And normally it's 2 players for the defense and 2 players for the attacking.
Okay, I will go back to my PowerPoint. And for this picture, you can see this is our real field in the competition. This field is still under construction. But for middle size, we are the biggest field in all RoboCup leagues. So we have the field is the length of the side is 22 meters and the width is 14 meters. The diameter of the middle size circle is 4 meters. We have really a very big fields. So number of the fields in the competition has a very important relationship with the number of the teams. We really hoped more teams to come to this competition. This is the size of our goals. You can see the width of the goals is 2.4 meters, and the height is 1 meters. So this is a very important height, because the robot need to protect the goal, and they need to use a special equipment to protect the goal. And now I will show some pictures about our middle-sized league robot. For these pictures, you can see these robots are all goalkeeper. So you can see there is a frame around the robot. So why they use this framework? Because the height limitation for the normal robot is 80 centimeter. So the height of the goal is 1 meter. So the difference between this is 20 centimeter. So the ball size is just 20 centimeter. So if the goalie didn't have this framework, they cannot protect the full goal. So they can use this frame to move to one side at a very short time to protect the goal, not into the protect the ball, not into the goal, just like the hand of the human. You can see that the robot can use several special cameras to detect the height of the ball. For this goalie, they use 2 Xbox Kinect camera. This is RGBD camera. They detect not only the color of the field and the ball, they also detect the distance between the ball and the goal. So they can protect the goal very, very well. And then you can see several field robots. I mean, this robot is just as a field player in human robot team. So for each team, they can build their robot by themselves, or they can change the size, change the different shape to what they want. But we have limitation about the size of the robot. The size is not very high and not very large. I think Axon will introduce the size limitation about the robot to you later. So the weight limitation is 40 kilogram. So the robot is very strong and very high speed in the field. This is another 3 robots from different teams. For example, the middle picture shows the robot from the Tech United, and the left one shows the robot from the team Water. These 2 teams are very strong in middle-sized league, and they always be the champion of this league. And then you can see if we take over the outside of the robot is very complex. For example, this robot belongs to ML from the Iran, and you can see the inside the robot they have already used the omnidirection wheel to move the robot. And for up to now, all the robots from all teams, they use omnidirection movement to control the robot. So this will make the robot very quick in the field and can move all around directions. So I will show you the video to explain the situation. And we use the normal ball for the competition. I mean the size 5 FIFA ball. So you can see the left picture shows all balls we used in all from the beginning of the RoboCup middle-sized league. The left top one, the orange one, is the first ball we choose for the competition. And after we remove the color of the goal, we change the color of the ball to yellow. So you can see there is several yellow ball with the name Brazil national name on the ball, because this ball is maybe the memory ball for the World Cup. I mean, Human World Cup. But we have always difficult to get the ball. For example, if we use this ball for 2012 and at the year of 2015, we are not easy to get the ball. So from the 2017, we choose the ball. We use the ball at the left bottom of this one. This ball is a RoboCup middle-sized official ball. So you can see the right picture shows the ball after the round robin of 2019. The robot kicked the ball very strongly, and they almost destroy the ball. So I show this picture to tell you the strength of the robot is very strong. And then I will show you how we organize the middle-sized competition. So you can visit our website and add our mail list to get the more important information and get more knowledge about middle-sized league. And we have a very important document to organize the competition. The first is the rules, and we have changed the rules from the first RoboCup competition from 1997 and up to now. So we have all TC members here who had already contributed to the change of the rules. And then we public call for participants every year to call all RoboCup middle-sized team to take part in the competition for this year, for every year. And then we have a special file to help the organizer to build the middle-sized field and prepare for the list of equipment, because we have a very special requirement about the field, how to build up the field and what we need during the competition. So we use these 3 special files to organize the competition. During the competition, we have several period of time. First, we in the setup day, we have the team leader meeting to collect all the team leaders and the referees together to explain the decision about this year, about every year. And before the normal competition, we have a technical challenge and a scientific challenge. So these 2 challenges will show different part of the ability of teams. They can show what they want to show in scientific challenge, and they need to take the special challenge in technical challenge. During the competition, we have round robin and playoff period. In round robin, we will separate the maybe because the number of the teams is not too high, we can just collect all teams together to a group 1 or group A, and after the round robin, we can we can select the teams to round robin number 1, and always we have no more than 3 round robin, and then we have the semi-final and the final game to determine the first to fourth teams in this competition. And after the competition, we have the symposium after the day of the final day. So during the competition, we will show all results on this whiteboard to public the most information and the score to everyone. So this is a picture for us to get the to take the team leader meeting before the competition, and this is the picture of we take the scientific challenge at the second setup day. So in this scientific challenge, the team can show everything they want and give the presentation, or even they can give the demo to all teams. And this picture shows how we look in the competition. So you can see this one stand before the screen. They have a whistle in his mouth. They give the command with the whistle. For example, if the ball out of the field, they can give a whistle signal. But the robot cannot understand the whistle signal. So we have another referee sit behind him. This one, just sit behind a computer screen. This referee we call assistant referee. She uses a very special software to change the whistle, the signal from the main referee to the signal to all teams. The left side of this referee, they are the one team, and the other side is another team. They use one computer we can call coach computer to connect with connect together with the assistant referee. We can call this software is a referee box software, and they can understand, the robot can understand what's the decision of the referee. Okay, and then I will show some videos to explain what we from the past, for the past and the present of and maybe the future of middle size.
In the middle-sized league, robots of larger
This
size are
video
constructed
from
by
the
teams with
RoboCup
onboard
Federation
computation,
from the
actuation,
1997,
and
the
sensing.
first
In this league, the
middle
robots
size
manipulate a
competition,
regulation-sized soccer ball on a larger field.
11.
Like in all the
From the
leagues,
beginning,
the robots are
the
fully
robot is a
autonomous.
different drive robot, and you can see there is a
As
fence
the league
around
evolved,
the
walls on the
field.
field were removed, colored markings around the field were removed, and omnidirectional
The
cameras
robot
were banned.
becomes more and
Distributed
more
state
strong.
assessment was accomplished via inter-robot communication,
They can take the
and
pass.
localization relies on
They can
accurate
shoot
motion.
the goal very accurately. In 2006, the robot can pass to another one.
Devise
The
efficient,
robot move
robust,
very fast.
multi-robot path planning algorithms with vision-based obstacle avoidance.
In 2008, we removed the color of the goal.
The level of play has increased to the point that since 2007, the league champion has played an annual demonstration game against human players.
Okay. And next, I will show you a video from TechNetit to show the final result, final competition, final game in 2019. So in 2019, the robot can make a very long distance pass, and this pass can help the robot to avoid the defender from the opposite team. And these two teams is from the orange team from the TechNetit, and the blue team from the Team Water. These two teams are very strong in middle-sized league. You can see the TechNetit, they always take the long distance pass, and they can avoid the defender very well. But for the Team Water, they always dribble the ball to very long distance and just in front of the goal area, and they need to find the place to give the very quick shot. Because the distance is very close, so the goalie is very difficult to protect the shoot. So in this competition, the Team Water, they just one ball before. Looking for the pass. Cannot attack on the right side. Cannot attack, but they are trying. So you can see the ability of the dribble the ball is very well for the robot. They can make a very quick and very strong shoot to the goal. So the goalie, they have a very difficult to protect the ball, protect the shoot long distance from the goal, because the ball speed is very quick. So this game is very tight between two teams, and I remember the final result is the Team TechUnited, they won the game, but it's very difficult for them because at the end of the game, normal time, they just shoot the final goal to get the tie for the result of the normal game. And in middle-sized league, we have almost the same rules with the human. We just no offside. That's no offside. We have all rules such as out of the field, the free kick, even the penalty. You can see the ball, the robot give a very quick pass, and they use this method to find the chance to give a very quick shot. So in middle size, we not allow robot to kick. If we give a free kick, they cannot shoot directly. They have to make a pass before they score get a score. This is last shot of second time. You can see the TechUnited get the last shot. They get 4-4 at the end of the game, and we use overtime to give addition time for the final result. In the addition time, overtime, I mean, the TechUnited get 2 shots, and they won the game. It's very exciting.
Oh, I know what's coming now. A yellow card, but for which robot?
So in the game, the robot will get a yellow card or even the red card, same as a human. If they if they touch another robot very strong, or they get some other rules, and they didn't obey the rules. You can see this robot cannot protect very well because the distance and is very close, and the strength of the ball, the robot is very strong, and they kick the ball very fast.
Rekenbrijn looking for that goal, that last goal. We are already in additional time. Rekenbrijn, and it's Water now with the ball. Water going for an attack. Motor trying to interfere. Motor
almost the end of the game.
Water with the ball. Are they able to score another goal?
The team Water, they try to find more chance. The final result is TechUnited won the champion of 2019. Okay. So after the normal game, I mean, at every year after the final result of a final game of middle-sized league, there is a competition between the human and the robot. So next, I will show you the competition between the human and the robot. This is also from TechUnited. So the robot from the champion of that year will take a competition with Trusty. All the human players are from Trustees. So they are the best human who have ever played with the robots. So I remember in 2017, we also have a demo between the robot and the human robot football team. The human team is I remember is maybe 10 years old or more than 10 years old young children football team, but they are the professional football player. So they control the ball very well. The robots almost get no chance to make a pass or make a shoot. So in this game, the human team won the game at last. Okay. Okay, thank you. And next, last one. So for the future of middle size, I think I came back to the dream of the RoboCup. I remember in the symposium of 2019, Professor Alonso, they have a new goal of RoboCup. So not in 2019 symposium, this Professor Alonso said maybe in 2015, not the human team play against the robot team, but the two teams in both teams there will be robot player and human player. So not the game between the robot and the human, but the game between two teams. Both team has human and robot player. I think it's much better for the fight before the human and the robot, because we use the cooperation and we play together with the robot, not against the robot. So at last, I use this picture to show you how we show you the all teams for the 2019. I really hope to see you again in this year in Thailand. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fei Liu. And our middle-sized league game is just getting more and more exciting, as
Thank you.
we can see. And next, I would give the stage to Ehsan Machani. And Ehsan has been competing on the Robot Cup since 2005, so similar to Fei Liu. And he participated in the Robot Cup Iran Open competition as a team and a technical committee, and then as a technical committee member since 2011 until 2017. So currently, Ehsan is the technical committee since 2016, and currently he's also the official technical committee here for the RoboCup Middle-Sized League. So I would give the stage to Ehsan, and he will give us an overview of the rules and regulation. To you, Ehsan.
Hi everyone, I'm Ehsan Marjani and I'm a EC member of the RoboCup Middle-Sized League. So let me share. Okay, today I will talk about rules and the latest rule changes of Middle-Sized League. And then I will talk about the rules of, first I will talk about the general rules. Well, they already talked about the Middle-Sized League. And well, I guess I have an issue with the WebEx. Can you, I need the feedback.
We still can't see the presentation. Can you share the screen again and we can try?
Excuse me sir อาจารย์ครับเหมือนกับคุณเนชั่นนี่คือเหมือนมัน low bandwidth ผมไม่แน่ใจว่าเป็นที่สัญญาณอินเทอร์เน็ตหรือเปล่า
Okay. Then how about we'll do this? We'll message him, and how about
Sorry.
we'll start with Yorit first, and then we would come back to
Sorry,
Ehsan.
I'm back. Actually,
Oh, you're back? Okay.
Just crashed. I
Great.
don't know why.
Okay, sure. You can try share the screen again and see.
Okay. Okay, I hope this.
Okay, yeah, we can see
work?
you. Great.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
it works.
well. Last time it was crashed. I don't know why. Well,
Okay.
yeah, I will start with reviewing some general rules. We already talked about the most important rules about middle size. Then I will talk about rule change in 2020 because since then we didn't have the competition in person. Hopefully we will have this year. And at the end, I will talk about latest rules of the middle size. And also, you can always have the latest rules on the MSL website. Well, already Play talk about the middle-sized league, I just wanted to mention some specific rules probably you need to know, especially for new members or new teams. As Faith already said, they should have making pass, and if they just get the ball and shoot to the goal, it's not a valid goal. So they need to make a pass before shooting the ball to the goal. And also, it's not possible to grab the ball and moving or dribbling basically for a long distance. They should release the ball and pass it again. So it's not like American football, like to get the ball and run away from your field to the opponent field. And there are different kinds of rules. So if you are interested, again, can read on the rule book. But one of the other things is that it's not possible to get the whole size of the ball. I mean, each robot should have the chance to get the ball. So the rule is that each robot can only get the ball with 1/3 of the ball diameter. And in that way, the opponent also have the chance to get the ball and dribble it. So these are the main, basically, rules I wanted to mention it before going to the rule change. And in 2020, we added actually the year before, we added team technical area, which is the blue area in this picture. And teams can save the other robots they want to make a repair, or they wanted to bring the robot to the field in future, but the robot should be there if they are not in the field. They always should have at the max 5 robots in the field. And from 2020, we changed the rule to have how team members can work with the robots if they wanted to have a new, if we wanted to change the robot in the field with the robot it's not in the field. So also we have the new definition of the, 2 robots before to make sure that referees can make it, well, before actually the referees have some problems with the confusion. I mean, they didn't know that this should be allowed. I mean, the right picture should be allowed, but the left picture is not. It's a fault. So the 2 robots cannot get the ball or pushing the other robots to get the ball. So it's now more clear on the rulebook. Also, the technical area should not be changed. I mean, if their team is in right side, they will remain in the right side for the next half of the game. And we also added the active color team marker. Each team has some numbers to indicate their players, but from now they can have active colors, LEDs or whatever. But the thing is that the opponent team should agree with it. I mean, because the active color can make some vision noise. So if the opponent team before each game say that we can't handle it, they should, their active marker should be passive, not active. And also we have some rules about how the referee can understand this robot is active or not. Because if the robot is stable and it's not moving, probably it's decision making. The physical is correct, but the software is not working. So the referee can ask the team to make sure the robot is working. So he or she can send a special command to the robot to move, and during this stoppage time to make sure this robot is active or not. If it's not active, it should be repaired and should go out. And for the scientific challenge, we have some, we modified some scoring, how we calculate the scoring for the scientific challenge. Also, we added some points for qualification. So each team, if they share their code, they will get more points, basically because we wanted to share the knowledge between teams, and new teams should not start from zero. And for technical challenge, we have, again, we have some clear challenge based on the RoboCup objective in 2050. And we also have the ball contact. As you see in the presentation, it was the ball will be destroyed after each game or after the whole competitions. So from now, if referees noted that this team is trying to destroy the ball by just grabbing the ball, technical committee can disqualify a team after a while if they are found that 3 referees note that this team is continuing destroying the ball. Technical committee can decide about that team. And also we added the extra time. For the extra time, the referee can say we will add this time orally. I mean, he will say when the time is over. And these are basically the main changes of the rules for 2020. And then we will have latest rules for this year. For the changing the robots during the game, which is the autonomous changing, which is we ask each robot to change their position. I mean, the one is it's not in the field, it goes in, and the other will go out. But from now, it could be possible to do multiple substitution, and also the time limit is specific. I mean, we added the time limits for this whole process. And also we have some verification for communication. There were, I mean, it was basically it was a specific device. We just removed that device in the rules, and then we have again scientific and technical challenge scoring, and it's now more clear for teams to know how their scores are calculated in each challenge. And we also ask each team to have only one solution for technical challenge. And we also remove the restart spots from the middle of the field, middle line of the field. They are not used in the rules. And also we increase the time that goalkeeper can catch the ball. In the video we Faye shared, it was each goalkeeper had the arms just to protect the goal, but they can also get the ball, grab the ball. So the time is now increased to 6 seconds if they have this ability, basically. And the most important rule for 2022 is human player as the main objective of the RoboCup. So from now, teams can use one human player instead of a robot to make cooperation during the game. But this specific rule needs several, discussions. So we are still working on it. I mean, in executive committee, technical, and RoboCup Federation about safety and safety standards and protocols. So we wanted to make sure that everything is fine before and after the game. It's not the first time for the human robot interaction, but considering the field size, I mean, the movement of the robot is not limited. There are 5 robots. Their speed is high, and they are moving autonomously. If you consider these things, we need specific standards, safety standards for that. Also, considering the soccer side, I mean, on the other hand, they have we need to have some safety rules as soccer. So these are the main in this slide. You will see these are the main rules we already have in the rule book, but they will be updated. They will have safety standards for sure in the future. But hopefully we will have this chance to have the human players But just to make short, I wanted to mention some of these rules that human cannot shoot to the goal. They cannot dribbling or running. They just can walking and receiving the ball and making a pass. So it's still it's needed to make sure that it's safe. Also, the other thing is that both teams should have this ability to detect the human and to, for example, to avoiding to make a collision or making a pass, or they wanted to dribble. Yes, that's I guess it's time for me, and just to make sure that I didn't go to details because I wanted teams to read the rules basically. So if you want to read the rules and have the general view of the rules for the audience or new teams, you can always have the latest rules in the NSL website. And that's cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eshan. And as we can see, there are a lot of new rules being updated by the technical committee every year. So just make sure that you go to the website and check out the latest rules and regulation like Eshan has shared with us. And next, for preparation for the upcoming middle-sized league here in Bangkok, we also invited another team member of the middle-sized league who has experience competing in the middle-sized league in many years now, Jorrit Othus, and he is currently a computer science student over at Eindhoven University of Technology. So you have been there for 5.5 years now, and then you are currently also the team leader for the Tech United Eindhoven. And so congratulations, starting this year, you are now the middle-sized league technical committee. So please share with us or to the teams that are coming for a competition to see what you recommend for preparation and any techniques, tricks. Go to you.
Thank you very much. I will share my screen. See, all right. Yeah, I will try to explain how Tech United prepares itself for tournaments in a year. So first a bit about Tech United Eindhoven. Our team started in 2005. We participated for the first time in 2006. Not myself, but the team did. We have two teams. We participate in the middle-sized league, and we participate in the at-home domestic standard platform league with a domestic service robot. For MSL, we have in those years that we've participated, we have reached the final 12 times, and we've won those finals 5 times. So we're also the current world champion. Well, since 2019, because we haven't had tournaments since. So our preparation mainly revolves around 2 tournaments. In April, we have the Portuguese Robotics Open, and in July, we have RoboCup. And around that, we plan our developments such that we can make the utmost out of these 2 tournaments. So somewhere in September, so first when we have RoboCup in July, we generally take July and August off, just because people are on holiday and to give everyone time to recover from an intense week of RoboCup. So in September we generally start with a year planning. So we do a brainstorm session, and then we evaluate for each of those ideas how much effort it would be and how much we would gain from implementing a certain improvement. And also we take into account that we prefer projects that people like to work on. So that has the disadvantage that some projects are not picked up for several years, but all our team members are volunteers. So we see it as the best way to go about it, to make them do something they like rather than to only focus on what is most useful. So we generally make a planning that's somewhat vague, at least to describe what the goal should be, and then until the next for the next few months we work on those projects, and we have monthly update sessions with the whole team that everyone can tell how far they're along in that process. Then in January or February, we try to focus these goals much more towards the tournaments. So we look at what the progress is, whether it's promising results, and whether we are able to finish it before the tournaments. We also at this point think about the technical challenge, because at RoboCup every team is asked to present a technical challenge for the other teams. So we want to take into account what we want to present, and also if we should allocate a team member that is going to work on this, rather than on improving the robots in general, because our technical challenges are most often separate from the normal development of the robots. So for the Portuguese Open, we generally focus on doing initial tests of things that we have developed, and seeing how they perform in actual matches. And then from the Portuguese Open to RoboCup, we try not to invent major new things and change too much. Mostly we try to finish the ongoing projects and improve its stability, such that we come prepared when RoboCup comes. Around the same time, we ask our team members who wants to join to either or both or maybe neither of the tournaments. And then the team leader together with the professor choose who can actually join. We choose people based on how much they can contribute now, so how much experience they have in the software, for example, but also based on how much we expect them to contribute in the future, which kind of rejuvenates our team, that we also give new team members a chance and not always take the most experienced people with us, which also really motivates these new students. We're quite lucky with our sponsors that we can take quite a large team. We generally can take between 10 and 15 people. Most of them focus on software development. Our hardware platform, it's mostly at RoboCup, at the tournaments, it's mostly maintenance that we're doing to keep them in optimal shape. And of course, we want to make sure that for every goal that we've previously set, that someone has knowledge of that goal at those tournaments, in case there are bugs, that they know how to fix those. Then a few weeks before the tournaments, we try to assign tasks. So as the previous presenters already mentioned, we have a main and a ref box referee. Those two form a pair from one team. And then there is an assistant referee who is paired together with a main and ref box referee from another team, to be the referees at matches. So every team is obliged to provide 3 people for those positions. Moreover, we assign people to the tasks like measuring the field, because generally the field is not exactly according to specifications. It may be a few centimeters off, which can make the difference whether the ball is still in field or goes out of bounds. We assign someone to do the calibration. We assign someone to do battery management, which essentially means just making sure the batteries are charged before the matches. We assign someone to be the Wi-Fi monitor. So no one in the team is allowed to connect through Wi-Fi during a match to the robots. So we want to make sure that none of our computers are connected to the Wi-Fi network at the time of our matches. And also we don't want to be connected when other teams are playing matches, because that may interfere with their communication. And then we assign people to do certain hardware or software tasks, depending on what we expect to be necessary. Then after the Portuguese Open, we focus on the scientific challenge. So we already have various student projects going on throughout the year. So we have a bachelor, internship, and master thesis going on. And those projects are generally more focused on fundamental research that the other team doesn't have time to work on. Whereas the team mostly focuses on stability, developing new features, improving the robot platform. And then we choose something, the most interesting project for the league that we want to present at the scientific challenge. And then we see if we need to do anything else for that, or just make a presentation about that project. Then at tournaments, which is essentially the same for the Portuguese Open and for RoboCup, we essentially have two phases. So the first phase is the setup days, in which we do the calibration, we test the basic capabilities. So that is whether we still can drive, we can manipulate the ball, whether we can shoot, but also whether we can connect to the referee box. And we also spend some time on improving the work on our goals. Then, so I should note that because we can take so many people, we are able to also make quite a lot of improvements during the tournament. Unfortunately, not all teams can have this luxury. So during match days, actually all our work is focused on the matches. So during a match, we watch the match. As soon as we see something go wrong or something that we think should be improved, we write it down, including a timestamp. So later on in the match recording, we can look back and see what the robot was thinking at that time, and try to debug that. And then after each match, we discuss for 5 to 10 minutes how we look back on the match. And in case there are any urgent points to fix, we divide those. Also considering how much time we have to until the next match, because sometimes that's less than an hour, and there is really limited time to work on improvements. And then as we get closer to the finals, we focus more and more on peer reviewing our code, and are more cautious on what we're changing as not to break things in the finals, for example. So that's an overview of how Tech United prepares for our tournaments, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jorrit. These are very good tips, and some of them we might even overlooked if we are all concentrating on the actual competition itself, like what you suggested, the battery charging, or even just Wi-Fi connection. Some little things like that can become a big problem when you are actually during the competition. So thank you very much. Very good tips, and I'm hoping that all of you who are listening could take these notes and help you guys to prepare and organize the team during the competition. So so that's it from the Middle-sized League, and I'm not sure if you have any questions. If there are any questions, you guys can feel free to type it in the chat box, and we would try to answer them. Okay. All right, so we still have maybe 5 minutes left. Both Fei Liu, Jorrit, and Ehsan, do you have anything to add? All good? All right. So if that's the case, we would let everyone go a little bit early so we can all get a night rest over here in Asia, and then a good day for you guys, nice weekend for you guys over in Netherlands and also in Canada. Okay, and we will hope to see you all here in Bangkok in a couple months.
อา
All
จารย์
right,
ครับ
thank you. Thank
excuse
you.
me sir excuse me sir
Okay, Joe.
let's take group photo please
Okay, all right, sure. Let's take a group photo.
okay. A big smile please
Should
1
you count? 1, 2, 3.
3 okay. One more time please thumb up please thumb up please okay 1 2 3 okay thank you very much
Okay, thank you very
Second
much,
person.
guys. Are you all good? Joe.
Hope to
ครับ
see you
ผม
in
ได้
Bangkok.
ครับ
Thank you.
see you
Okay. See you guys soon in Bangkok, and good luck to everyone competing in the middle-sized league.
Thank you.
Thank you.